Hey folks, and welcome to another video of mine. Today's video is all about The Witcher 3. And hey, I am really disappointed with CDPR because I've been waiting for the next gen console update for so long. In fact, the last time I made a video on The Witcher, I was making a comparison of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt on the Xbox Series S versus PlayStation 5. And in that video, I had mentioned that the next gen console update is expected by Q2 of 2022, but as per a recent update, it's not coming out till Q4 2022. At least the good news is that it's not an indefinite delay. We now have a date from CDPR, and that's the good news. Now, the bad news is we are still almost 5 months away from that release. So, in the meantime, I did want to play The Witcher. Now, you'd be surprised to know that I haven't really completed the game. Even when I played The Witcher in the past, I've really enjoyed my time with The Witcher. However, I did not complete the game because I thought, hey, well, let's wait for the next gen console update. You never know what kind of updates it may bring along, and I didn't want to play this again. Even if I have to visit a game, I kind of, give it a break of at least 3 to 4 years before I, finally pick it up again and play. So I thought that it's going to be too quick. So let's just wait for the update and let's play the game then. But hey, that update never came in Q2 2022. So here I am making a video with mods on the PC. Now, I recently purchased an Asus ROG Strix G15 Advantage Edition, and what that did for me was it was like stumbling upon a genie who grants your wishes, at least for me, because hey, I have not been a PC gamer at all. So all of this is really new to me, the world of mods. And I stumbled upon the Netflix mod, and I must tell you, it's really good. Because if you take a look at the screen right now, in comparison to the Xbox Series S, if you take a look at the PC version here, the PC version has the mod, obviously, because mods are just not available, or you just can't do mods on the consoles. So here, if you take a look at this, I have now downloaded the Netflix mod, Henry Cavill in particular. Of course, there are other characters as well that you can do mods on as well, but I kind of kept it limited, not a lot of mods going. I didn't want to burden the game, thereby bringing the FPS down. So there, you could say, a very limited amount of mods that I have used in this particular version of the game. Now, if you take a look at the face of Henry Cavill, they've got it spot on. I mean, it looks exactly like him. In fact, I was quite surprised because even when he speaks, he kind of just doesn't look like Henry Cavill, but even his facial expressions, they've got it nailed down. I mean, really, to the T. So the Netflix mod is absolutely brilliant. And with this mod, I felt like I didn't even have to wait for the Q4 update, the next gen console update. And I started playing this. In fact, I've progressed quite a lot in the game. I'm towards almost the final act of the game now, almost about to finish it, and I've really had a blast so far. I mean, this is a fantastic game. The storyline is fabulous. Can't stress enough as to how great this game is and how CDPR did such a great job with this game. So here is a comparison of the PC and the Xbox Series S. I know it's not a fair comparison because hey, it's an Xbox Series S at the end of the day. But I just wanted to highlight that the Xbox Series S does not do a bad job because barring the texture quality, everything apart from that is almost like the PC. I mean, the experience in terms of the assets, in terms of the lighting, everything. If I take the vanilla version on the PC, not the mod version, because with the mods, you can actually tweak the lighting as well. You can improve the textures. And plus, you can even add more assets. That's what I noticed. I kind of used a grass mod as well, so kind of giving more volume to the amount of grass that you see on screen. And apart from that, a few more mods here or there, but not much, like I said at the start of the video. But hey, that's something that you can do on the PC. But if we take a look at the Xbox Series S, now this is the vanilla version of the PC. And I have to admit, it's not that bad. Because in some of these cutscenes, I actually liked the depth of field on the Xbox Series S over the PC. Now, I do admit that the characters may look softer and their features are not as sharp as they are on the PC. Like, you can take a look at the mole, you can take a look at the pores, you can take a look at every single scar on the face a little more clearly on the PC version. The freckles, the wrinkles, all of that, the texture of their clothing, all of that really pops. Again, whenever I've made a comparison with the PC, I've always stressed on the fact that the texture quality just cannot be beaten. And at the end of the day, it's not even an Xbox Series X that I'm comparing it to, it's actually an Xbox Series S. Now, given that it's the Series S, yes, the textures are definitely a lot more softer, but the overall look, I must tell you, is not that bad. Not that bad at all. In fact, I was quite surprised that it holds up this well, even when compared to the PC. So, even if you're playing this on the Xbox Series S, now you would not be disappointed, obviously. If you have never played The Witcher 3, well, I highly recommend it. In fact, again, the story is outstanding, the voice acting is brilliant, and overall, this is truly a top-notch game, an RPG that everybody should experience. So, it's brilliant. Go get your hands on it if you haven't already played it. And for those who have already played it on the console, if you can get your hands on a PC, then hey, play it with these mods, because let me tell you, the first time I played this game, it was on the Xbox Series S. I played it again on the PlayStation 5, and then finally I played this on the PC. And my experience with all these mods, playing it on the PC, was completely different. Now, the facial replacement of Henry Cavill does give it a little more of that immersiveness, I must tell you, because even the expressions, like I told you, they looked better than the vanilla character. Now, I don't mean to disrespect what the developers had done with the original character and his face and his facial animations. They're all stellar. But what I mean to say is that, there's so much that you can do with the mods that it's incredible. And for me, I kind of felt like a child again, because I've never had access to mods, Like I told you, I only had access to a PC the last time in 2009, if I'm not mistaken. So that was a long time back, yeah? And I've never been a PC gamer. Even when I did have access to a Windows machine, I only used it for work. I never used it for gaming. So imagine my surprise and imagine the awe that I was in when I was taking a look at these mods. I mean, it makes it look so much like the Netflix show, especially Henry Cavill. Now, there is a mod for Anya Chalotra as well, the actress. I did try it out, but it kind of melted the face. Again, I'm new to the whole modding game, so maybe I'm not good at it. I'll have to figure out, how to actually fix that. But I did try it. It didn't work out. Henry Cavill works like a charm. You don't really need to do anything. Just use the mod manager and you're good to go. But for the other characters, you have to tweak a little more things here or there. You have to copy paste and place it in the folder, etc. Blah blah. So it's a little more complicated, you can say. But hey, when these mods work, they work like a charm. And again, it's about those extra assets that you can put as well. For instance, if you take a look at the grass, it's a lot more on the PC version of it, because I've used a grass mod as well. Now, playing on the PC, of course, everything is comparatively sharper. The draw distance is better. Even if you take a look at the trees in the distance, if you take a look at the, you could say the ground, the pebbles, the stones, everything really pops. So there, of course, the PC cannot be bet. Now, in case you're wondering why is the lighting different times of the day, of course, there's dynamic weather going on in the game, so I couldn't really control it. I played it at 2 different times of the day, so therefore, there's a difference in the lighting. But overall, again, I must tell you that I was quite surprised that the Xbox Series S held up quite well. And again, I'm no Xbox fanboy, all right? I mean, let me say this straight out that I enjoy the PC version more simply because of the higher resolution, the higher frame rates even. Speaking of the frame rates, I was getting almost 50 to 60 FPS with all my settings cranked up high. So everything was on ultra, even with these mods added. I was getting like 50 FPS on the PC. And sometimes it would go even beyond that 50 FPS on the PC. So the FPS experience was fantabulous on the PC. And unfortunately on the Xbox Series S, when it comes to The Witcher, it only can perform at 30 FPS. So it can't do 60 FPS. That was one of the things that I was actually looking forward to in the next gen console update. But hey, like I told you, there is another 5 months to go. In fact, maybe 6 months. You never know. So I just didn't want to wait that longer. So the PC version fixed all of those issues. Yeah, it fixed the frame rate issue for me, and plus I wanted to see how would Henry Cavill look in the game. It kind of fixed that for me as well. So it did a lot for me in terms of the overall experience, and therefore I think that I'm quite happy and quite satisfied with this mod, and I really enjoyed playing the game so far. Like I said, I'm almost in the third act now, so almost about to finish the game, and I've enjoyed every single bit with these mods put on. And do let me know if you have had an opportunity to use these mods. Which mods are your favorite? I mean, you can just let me know in the comments so that I can try those mods out as well. And let me know what you think about this video as well. If you have liked the video, I would appreciate it if you could hit that like and subscribe button, and also that bell icon in case you want to get notified with all my latest videos. Now, with that said, again, I would just like to mention that these are mods that you can only try out on the PC. And if you've seen this video on a mobile phone, then I would recommend that go back and watch this video on a bigger screen, because only then will you actually be able to tell out those differences between the Xbox Series S and the PC, because on the mobile phone it's just not going to do justice. And the opening and the last scene of this, obviously because you can see the mods, it's from the PC version of the game, not the Xbox Series S version. Now with that said, it's a wrap for this one. I'll see you lovely folks in my next video. Until that time, take care, stay safe, and may God bless you all.